With us now, Republican Senator Richard Shelby of Alabama. He serves as Vice Chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Sir, from your intelligence briefings, what do you know? Is there a network in Florida? Are we close to busting it up?
I believe after being briefed by the Attorney General and the FBI Director today that they're on the right road. They've got some work to do, but I have confidence in their ability and the confidence of the FBI and other people here. I'll just make my own personal observation. I can't tell you what came out of this meeting, but I said last night, and I said again today, there are parallels, strong parallels between what happened in Africa to our embassies 3 years ago and what happened yesterday in some respects. The Osama bin Laden group, if you see how precise the timing was yesterday, and you'll recall what happened 3 years ago, timing was important. Maybe that's just an observation, but I believe it's a strong one, Senator, not by itself.
Senator, let us bring in one of your colleagues, Democrat Ron Wyden, who serves on the same committee with you. Senator Wyden, your information is that they may actually be able to solve this, what, in a matter of days or weeks? What are you being told?
Well, I share Senator Shelby's view, and the fact of the matter is tonight Americans are making condolence calls. They're looking for shreds of hope, frantic to find information, and clearly our country must move very aggressively. I happen to think we've got to beef up what's called human intelligence gathering, right, getting into these terrorist groups, because they're not technological simpletons. We aren't going to be able to beat them without that. And frankly, I would go even further. I think what we've got to do is prevent these groups from forming in the first place, because it seems they always reincarnate themselves as a new organization and go off and commit these dastardly deeds.
But in the meantime, Senator, you face a tremendous amount of criticism for drawing back the funding for intelligence. You and your colleagues. Because the argument now is that intelligence has been hamstrung for years, and we've been lacking this human intelligence you'd like to see more of, and that is what has led us to this day.
I intend to support the additional funding very strongly. I happen to think that as we look at the future, intelligence is the heart of what we ought to be doing in the defense area. I think the Congress is going to work in a bipartisan way now to make some significant changes.
I have been in the forefront during the 7 years that I've been on the Intelligence Committee to do something about human intelligence, to do something about NSA. There were naysayers up here said, look, we don't need the CIA. We don't need to beef up the CIA.
Senator,
we don't need the NSA.
Excuse the interruption.
But we do need it.
We're required to pause now for just a moment. Fox stations up and down the line will be dropping away for local news, some of them. Continuing now on Fox News Channel and on some Fox broadcast stations, plus on Fox Sports Net and Fox Family Channel. Senators, you make your points quite eloquently. However, the fact remains that many on Capitol Hill are whispering behind the scenes. This has been going on since the Cold War ended. We got soft. We changed some of the rules. When you get on airplanes now, you can go inside the metal detectors and then buy a Swiss Army knife in the mall inside there. That and the fact that our intelligence seems to have slipped to a point where we really don't know what's going on in many parts of the nation. Today we're hearing from Israeli intelligence about what's going on over there, not from our own.
This has been a total disaster. No one is questioning that. But I think this is not a time now to talk about Democratic fault or Republican fault. This is a time for members of Congress to come together. You've heard Richard Shelby and I make it clear that we're going to work together across the board. And with respect to airport security, it's clear that dramatic changes have to be made there. This is not just going to be a question, for example, about strengthening the way we check in bags. I mean, I think we're going to have significantly more of trained security specialists in the airports. The folks that are checking those bags when they come through security aren't people with significant expertise. Those are the kind of changes that are going to have to be made.
Senator Shelby, in fact, there have been numerous citations against Boston Logan Airport and others that there's a remarkable failure of security screeners at airports all across the country. You talk about beefing up the CIA, but what about the basic staffers who are working at the metal detectors at every single airport in the United States?
You make an excellent point. A lot of this will come under the Federal Aviation Administration, and they have to fall in line. America is going to be changed. Our attitudes of travel is going to change drastically. We must change. We've got to do security first. Security, security, security. Make no mistake about it.
We've learned a lot today about these cell phone intercepts that have been received. And, Senators, I know that you can't give away details of your security briefing and hope that you won't. But is it right and proper to say that this cell phone information is just the tip of the iceberg? Long and short of it, are we darn sure this is Osama bin Laden? Can we be completely sure of it? And then if we can find him, is it time to just go blow him off the planet?
Our security oath prevents us from getting into that with the kind of detail Senator Shelby and I would like. But let's be clear. We've known bin Laden, on the basis of public reports, has been a significant security threat for a long, long time. This is a person who's been giving news media interviews for many, many years.
Now from Fox 5 News.